Good morning. Let's have sports on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Kelvin Owusu-Ansah. We begin from the Ghana Premier League where stragglers Bibiani Gold Stars have sacked coach Michael Osei and appointed former Bofokatano coach Frimpong Manson as his replacement. Gold Stars are top of the table, bottom three in the Ghana Premier League, winning just 2 in the opening 14 games and have drawn 6. Michael Osei was appointed in August 2021, guided the team to finish 10th in the 2021-2022 season and finished 5th last season. But after Sunday's defeat at home to Instratraman, the 52-year-old has become the third coach to lose his job this season in the Ghanaian top flight. Frimpong Manson was sacked at Bofokatano in November and would take charge of the Gold Stars home game against Samatex on Friday, that is tomorrow. Talking about sacking coaches, Bechem United head coach Besma Kobi-Mensah believes that there is a lack of patience for coaches locally to achieve the results they desire.
Yeah, I think that I'll talk about the sacking. In Ghana, I think they're always in a hurry to sack coaches. If let's say I have left, after that incident, we have played 9 games without lost. We have played 5 away games. We have won 2 and it's the same team, the same technical team and all that. I think the problem was within us and also we needed time. I was a new coach at that time. We have been able to discover ourselves, to get to know what we are supposed to do. If you like, today players played with instructions. Tactically, the changes that we did, everything worked perfectly. So I think we are on course. I think this is the time we need to focus and have more belief that if you stay focused with determination, we can beat any club.
Well, Besma Kobi-Mensah there also on his audio that he felt in the early part of the season he's garnered some very good results on the road. Now let's move on. Accra Lions have reiterated their quest to stay in the Ghanaian top flight despite the team's inability to achieve good results consistently. The technical director for the club, Ibrahim Tanko, has assured of improvement starting from their Week 14 match against Bechem United.
We have to prepare our next game against Bechem, and definitely our away games are very good, so we hope that we are going to have a point to win over there. Accra Lions is known. We want to stay in the league. We are not here to win the league or to go to Africa, so definitely. And as I always say, we have a young team. Definitely they are going to make a mistake and then learn of it. So I think we are in good.
Well, it's a young team and they are learning. Now Ibrahim Samari Salifu is deputy captain for the team and he wants the club's fans to keep supporting the team as they try to make amends.
A game at a time. I think we learn from our mistake, correct them, then go stronger into the next match. About this game, we apologize to them, and I think they should keep on supporting us. We'll make them proud.
Well, the fans should keep supporting them. He and his colleagues are going to make them proud. Now, let's move on to the Premier League. And last night, Aston Villa dealt a major blow to Manchester City's Premier League title challenge as Leon Bailey clinched a 1-0 win against the reigning champions on Wednesday. Bailey's deflected second-half strike at Villa Park moved Unai Emery's side above spluttering City into third place. 14 consecutive home wins for Aston Villa now after a very dominant win at the Villa Park yet again. Unai Emery still refuses to get carried away with the side's upward trajectory.
But winning today, of course, we can feel tonight comfortable and happy, and now I think good atmosphere for the preparation the next match on Saturday against Arsenal. We are now the third in the league, but still out of matches to play, and really we're going to face this match, and we are not contender to be in the top 4 because there are another teams, of course, contender for it, and we are going to try to do our way. And now the day 15 we are there, and being there I am very happy, and we have to try to keep it and be very, very competitive each match, trying to get the best performances.
So that is it there from Unai Emery. Now Pep Guardiola says Manchester City are not looking ahead of their next game against Luton Town after their defeat last night. Well, he says it was not the very best from them, but they hope to get things better.
They had the momentum to score goals, and after we struggled, so we didn't find some players to the pass to give, something to provide for the people up front. We could not do it.
What did you say to them post-match, to your players?
It's my duty. So find a solution at that moment, because today was the game that was better, but the previous ones I don't have that feeling. But we have to find the way to win again, to clean our heads and come back the momentum. But now when you are in this position, you have to think much. You have to don't think for a big target, you have to think how to win the next game. This is what we have to do to change the dynamic. After the competition, we'll put in the position what we have to do.
Well, they need to change the dynamics now to the other game. Scott McTominay scored twice as Manchester United defeated Chelsea 2-1 on Wednesday to ease the pressure on manager Erik ten Hag and put Mauricio Pochettino under the spotlight. It was Cole Palmer's consolation that gave Chelsea something away at Old Trafford. Moroccan international Sofiane Amrabat quashes the rumours at Old Trafford after United's victory. He defends Erik ten Hag.
Of course, I worked with him 7 years ago, so that's a long time. Already in that moment, he was a fantastic manager, but now he's maybe one of the best of the world. He's more experienced. He did a fantastic job everywhere where he went, in Ajax, here, the first season. So yeah, like I said, he's a fantastic coach, and we're all behind him. There are not easy games, but I like it. It's fantastic to play on the highest level. You have to focus. You have to do everything to be ready, to recover well, to everything that you can perform well. So we put a lot of energy in that, but I think it's normal job. So inshallah, I think there are coming nice games, so I hope more very good performances and a lot of wins for the fans, because we have amazing fans and they deserve this.
They deserve the wins. Now Mauricio Pochettino says that a lack of energy was Chelsea's downfall on the night.
It was a different period during the game. Some period that we play well and some period that we didn't play in the way that we wanted. I think wasn't the game that we wanted. We cannot match the energy. I think that was the key, because Manchester United get the 3 points.
That was how Manchester United got the 3 points. Better energy. Let's look at the Premier League table, and Arsenal are top. 36 points. Second is Liverpool, 34 points. Aston Villa have 32 points, and Manchester City have 30 points. So there are matches coming up today. If Tottenham Hotspur manage to win, they will move up. Now, a look at some matches that were played yesterday. Liverpool defeated Sheffield 2-0. Fulham 5, Nottingham Forest 0. Brighton 2, Brentford 1, and Crystal Palace were defeated 2-0 by AFC Bournemouth. Now today, Everton against Newcastle and Tottenham Hotspur against West Ham. West Ham United coach David Moyes has praised Mohamed Kudus for his impressive performance and settlement into the West Ham United team.
Well, he started great for us. He's had an impact with his goals, with his assists. I think his all-round play is good, but will improve as he gets more used to the Premier League and the expectations and probably the intensity of the games. But I have to say, I've been hugely impressed by how he's done. He's probably started better than I probably would have anticipated. We sort of eased him in the opening game or two, but since then, we found that he was coming off the bench and he was scoring goals or making goals for us, and now he's starting and he's doing much of the same now. So let's hope that continues.
David Moyes in there, however, he's disappointed he's going to lose some top African stars during the January Africa Cup of Nations. There's going to be Said Benrahma, Naif Aguerd, as well as Mohamed Kudus.
Well, I've got to say, I've had many African players. I've had Joseph Yobo when I was a younger coach at Everton. I've had Yakubu, I've had many African players, and I've got to say, I know the support in Africa is huge. The watch of the Premier League, everybody watches the Premier League, and obviously they're all keen for their own players from whatever nation they come from to do well. We're Said Benrahma here, back in Algeria as well, and Nathan Agard in Morocco. So it's great that we take that to another part of the world and people in Africa see it. The disappointing part for us is that we have to lose them in January for a month, many of them, but that's part of it, and the African nations is part of the world football scheduling. We've got some African players who will probably be away.
Well, that is what happens during the African Nations Cup. Now, this evening, Ange Postecoglou believes the return of Christian Romero from suspension will be very good enough for his Tottenham Hotspur side as they face West Ham.
Back in the team, he's good, but he's also a fantastic player. He's a leader in the group. Obviously, when we lost Madders and him after the Chelsea game, a lot of that sort of fell on Sonny's shoulders. So, leadership perspective, good to get him back. And no, look, I haven't had to have a sort of a word to him about it. He's, it's part of who he is as a player. He brings a physicality to it. He knows when he oversteps the mark that we all, not apart from him, the whole group pays a price, and it's up to him to sort of maintain the discipline that I know he can show. But more importantly, like I said, he's such a really strong presence on the field and during the week. So really happy to have him back.
Happy to have him back, but Eddie Howe would be disappointed that goalkeeper Nick Pope is going to be out for a very long time. He's going to miss out from their team as Martin Dubravka takes the post. Eddie Howe on the absence of Nick Pope.
Yeah, I think he's been in the best form that he's been in since he's been at the football club. How is he? He's naturally down because, as you say, at the stage of the season where we have so many games, huge games coming up, he's got obviously the Euros ahead of him as well, which he was determined to try and be involved in, and there's still a chance for that for him. But I think his main determination is to come back for us, and you never know what situation we'll be at that stage of the season, so it could be a lot worse for him. But obviously we were thinking of him and the situation because it was, again, another strange injury for us. There was no reason for that to happen in that moment, but I think with Fabian just blocking the shot in front of him, I think his dive was slightly different than it normally would have been, and unfortunately we suffer another injury to a big player.
Another injury to a big player, but he, however, still has to play their game tonight. It's at 8:15, but Everton Newcastle, that game is at 7:30 p.m. Now, Manchester City's injured midfielder Kevin De Bruyne was a surprise inclusion in the squad for the FIFA Club World Cup on Wednesday. De Bruyne has been sidelined since suffering the recurrence of a hamstring injury in City's opening Premier League game of the season at Burnley in August. The Belgian needed surgery on the problem, which he originally sustained in City's Champions League final victory over Inter Milan. Now to the Ligue 1, and Marseille eased to a 3-0 win over beleaguered Olympique Lyonnais on Wednesday in the Ligue 1 game that was rescheduled from October after the away team bus was stoned on its approach to the Stade Velodrome. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang set up Vitinha and Panama international Amer Morello for first half goals before the Gabonese striker added his team's third on 55 minutes to seal the convincing victory. That was Olympique Marseille defeating Lyon by 3-0 in there. Now, Qatar's Football Association have announced that it has terminated the contract of national team coach Carlos Queiroz, replacing him with Spain's Tintin Marquez, without elaborating on the reasons behind the move. In a succession of statements on X, the Qatar Football Association announced it had cut ties with Portugal's Queiroz before swiftly announcing the appointment of his replacement. Carlos Queiroz's tenure of the Qatar national team has amicably ended by mutual agreement between the two parties, the Qatar Football Association revealed. So Carlos Queiroz has lost once again another job. Let's finish off with some golf, and world number 2 golfer Rory McIlroy has backed the new changes to rules regarding golf ball specifications, which will see a reduction in distance which they travel.
From a professional that plays the game, I said in that Twitter post a couple of days ago, I think it'll just bring back some skills into the pro game that have maybe been lost, and I actually think it'll make the pro game more entertaining to watch. I think you're going to see a different variety of games succeed. It's not just going to be this bomb and gouge that we see predominantly now when you watch the top level of golf, and it'll bring some of the great classic courses back into consideration when we go to major championships. That's the reason I'm a big proponent of just making the ball go a little shorter, and maybe because of that it might spin a little more, and shot shaping comes back into it, and long irons get played a little bit more, and I just think it'll make the game at the top level will just become a little bit more skillful again.
Well, that is from Rory McIlroy, happy with the new specifications of the golf ball that will reduce distance in which they travel. That'll be all for sports this morning. My name is Kelvin Owusu-Ansah. Sunrise continues. Don't forget to stay safe. Well, enjoy your Thursday. Have a very, very good morning with us.